Hello viewers. In this video, we will discuss about the different phases of compiler. For execution of a high-level language, it will go through different steps. The second step is the compiler. That is, it will convert the pre-processed code into assembly language code. So now we will see how it will convert the pre-processed code to assembly language. Here, these are the different phases of compiler. Total six phases are there: lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer, intermediate code generation, code optimization, and target code generation. So these are all connected with the syntax table management. This is also called symbol table, and it will produce the error. It will produce the output. If there are any errors are there, then it will produce the errors. So total six phases. We will discuss it in a detailed way. What is lexical analyzer, what is syntax and semantic. So we will discuss each and every phase with the example. And next we will see. So see here, the first four phases are called the three phases up to intermediate code. It will be called as a front end. It is also called analysis phase. The source code will analyze and then it will produce the intermediate code, and this intermediate code will be produced as a input of the synthesis phase, that is called backend also. So the last two phases are called the backend, and it will produce the machine code, that is assembly language code. So the first three phases will be called the front end, and last two phases are called the back end, and in between intermediate code is there. Okay, the analysis phase includes the lexical analysis, syntax analysis, and semantic analysis, and synthesis phase includes the um, code optimization and target code generation. Okay, so this is the front end and back end. So first, that is lexical analysis. What is lexical analysis? Lexical analyzer reads the streams of characters making up the source program and groups the characters into meaningful sequences called lexeme. And for each lexeme, it will analyze and it will produce a token. And after that, what is token? Token means an abstract symbol is used during syntax analysis. Attribute means the value of entry, where points to an entry in the symbol table, where it needs to be entry. That is called the attribute value. So I will explain it with an example. That means after lexical analysis, it will analyze the lexeme and produce the tokens. Okay, these tokens will be maintained in a symbol table. The symbol table, where it will be maintained, it will be depending on the attribute value. Okay, that is the meaning of this. Okay, the lexeme, and it will produce the token, and token will be maintained in a symbol table depending upon the attribute value. So here, this is the lexeme. Lexemes are said to be a sequence of characters in a token. So here, this is the example for this. Integer a equal to 10. This is called a lexeme. Okay, the total sentence is called lexeme. So here, it will be converting into tokens. So what is token in programming language? Keyword, constants, identifiers, strings, numbers, operators, punctuation symbols can be considered as tokens. Okay, so here, this particular lexeme will be converted into tokens. Here, see, integer means it is a keyword, a means it is identifier. It will in lexical analysis phase, it will exclude all the white spaces. Okay, so here a is a identifier, and equal to is a operator, and 10 is a constant, and here it is a symbol. Okay, it is a symbol. So this is the attribute. So integer in symbol table will be go under the column of keyword, and a will go under the column of identifier, equal to under the column of operator, and each and every value will be specified using the attribute. Depending on the attribute, it will be maintained in the symbol table. Symbol table, it's like a table. It is each and every table like rows and columns. Symbol table also contains rows and columns. So in another video, we will discuss about the symbol table. So here for symbol table maintenance, we need some attributes, and depending on the attributes, these tokens will maintained in a symbol table. Okay. So here in lexical analysis, the lexemes will be analyzed and produced a meaningful tokens. Okay, this is the work of a lexical analysis. And next, then it will go to the syntax analysis phase. This is the second phase. So in first phase, it has been divided, the lexeme has been divided into tokens. So these tokens will be grouped together to form a hierarchical structure known as syntax tree. Okay, this is also called parse tree also. So here with this example, I will explain. So A plus B into C. So here the hierarchy value, if you are considering plus and star, so this is the asterisk value is the most hierarchy into, that is multiplication is the highest priority. So here first it will divide this, okay, this asterisk value, and between the two variable means one is C and another one is A plus B. So here A plus B, it's not a complete variable, it is a combination of variables and operator. So again it will be divided into three, that is equal to plus A and B. So like this, the syntax tree will be divided. Here it will find out whether any syntactical errors are there or any other errors, syntax errors are there. It will find out and it will produce these errors. If there are any errors, it will give the errors. Otherwise, it will next it will move to the next phase, that is semantic analysis. So semantic analysis is a language that provide meaning to its constructs, like tokens or syntax structure. So here we generated one syntax tree, that is parse tree. So it will judge whether the parse tree is generated correctly, is it producing a meaningful parse tree, or any other errors are there. Errors means here I have given an example. Suppose here I declared integer ABC, here A, B, C are integer values, but C is equal to A by B. Definitely it will produce sometime, that means 7 by 2 if you are using, so it will produce a float value. So here I declared in integer value, it will not give the correct value. Here the type mismatch will be coming. Here I declared in integer and here the float value is occurred. So type mismatch like this. This is a simple example I have given. Okay, so these type of type mismatch errors or ambiguity errors. These errors will be find out in semantic analysis phase. Syntax analysis phase, only syntactical errors will find out. Here the meaningful errors, that means the type mismatch errors, ambiguity errors, or other errors will be find out. This is called semantic analysis. So semantic analysis also will be, it will produce parse tree. From the parse tree only it will find out whether is there any semantic errors are there or not. Okay, so lexical analysis to syntax, syntax to semantic, the first front end phase will be completed. It will produce the intermediate code generation. So intermediate code is a kind of code easy to generate. So here it will use the temporary variables and all. Suppose here I have given one example. So this is the example, total is equal to count plus rate into 10. So here it will, here the multiplication is the highest priority. It will find out this result, then it will add to this, then that it will transfer this value to total. So these we need to do. So intermediate code generation will tell, that is systematic way to compute any operation or to do any process. It is a systematic way how to do. In the first step, what will we do? So we are converting this integer into float, that is equal into float 10. So we are transferring into temporary variable t1. After that, this will be multiplied to rate. So here t2 is equal to rate into t1. Temporary 1 into rate we are multiplying and we are transferring into t2. And next t3 is equal to, say, count plus this temporary variable t2. After the t3, this temporary variable t3 will be transferred to total. So here we are processing in a systematic way. How to process in a systematic way, it will tell, that intermediate code will tell. So from this intermediate code, after that it will transfer to code optimization. So here in intermediate code we have find out these 4 steps we have find out. So here in code optimization, it will analyze the intermediate code and tell whether is there any unnecessary steps are there, or is there any scope to improve the code, to reduce the code. Suppose these, if there are 100 lines are there, any unnecessary lines are there, so it will be removed and it will be reduced, the code size will be reduced. So here in code optimization, it will attempt to improve the intermediate code. Is there any improvement chances are there to improve? So this is necessary to have faster executing or less consumption of memory. And by optimizing the code, the overall running time of the target program can be improved. So here it will search, is there any chance to improve the code? If there is a chance, it will improve. Otherwise, it will not. It will leave this phase. Okay. So this is called code optimization. So in any program, there will be some little chance will be there to optimize. So every time the code optimization, it will do some 2 or 3 lines, it will remove and it will improve the performance. Okay. So the main aim of code optimization is to improve the performance. So after that code optimization, it will generate the target code. That is, our target code is assembly language. So the compiler is convert the pre-processed code to assembly language. So here, so for the same line, I have given the target code, that is equal to move rate R1. So rate and R1 here, register R1, it is rate value is moved, and after that multiply with the 10 with R1. Okay, register R1 will register 1 will R1 will contain the rate value and it will be multiplied. Okay, and it will transfer into R1 only. So next, this will be adding to count. Here move count to R2, add R2 and R1, and move R1 to total. So here the target code has been, that is assembly language code has been generated. So the compiler will not produce the machine code, that means zeros and ones, it will not produce. Here only up to target code, that means assembly language code, it will produce. So total 6 levels are there. Lexical analysis, it will produce the tokens. After that syntax analysis, it will form the parts tree and it will find out the syntax errors. Next, from the parts tree, the semantic analysis, that means is there the syntax tree is forming in a meaningful way, is there any ambiguity, or is there any type mismatch? So then it will find out in semantic analysis. After that, it will produce the intermediate code in a systematic way, how to do the process. So intermediate code will be generated. After that, in code optimization, it will search, is there any improvement chance in code intermediate code generation? It will search for it. After that, then it will target code will be generated. Hope you understand this. This is a total phases of compiler. 6 phases: front end and back end phase. Synthesis phase, back end is called synthesis, front end is called analysis phase. Okay, next video will be about the symbol table and what are the data structures it will use. Hope you understand this. Thank you.